Um, Thanks, everybody. I'm going to try and keep this as short as possible since a lot of people have actually covered a lot of the themes that I'm going to be talking about. My name is Fahim. I run a startup back in Cape Town, South Africa, and I'm here for the next 2 months raising investment, doing marketing of our app, and actually learning a lot from the entrepreneurs in both the Valley and in New York. Cool, so our app is called Pashash. It's a bit of a weird name, and for a lot of people here, sometimes it's a bit difficult to pronounce. It's actually South African slang for something that's cool. So you'd say that, that pair of shoes is really Pashash, or, that sale at a store is really Pashash. Our app lets you share real-world shopping. So it's a little bit like Pinterest meets Foursquare and all focused on real-world shopping. So the real-world shopping experience, that's going to the store down your street, to the shopping mall, has always been extremely social. For a lot of people, it's about expressing themselves. It's about being seen as the first to find something new. And our app really caters to that. We think it's a huge opportunity because of the following reasons. First of all, a lot of people out there are focusing on the online shopping market, and there's huge growth to be found in that market, and that's a very exciting space. Still though, 93% of all shopping happens in the real world. But the second part of it is people are sharing more and more content from the real world using their mobile phones. Even in South Africa, people are using Instagram, people are using Twitter, people are using Foursquare to share great shopping finds. And then of course, the last bit of data is that according to Google, 70% of smartphone users actually use their smartphones to help them whilst they're out shopping. So that's to find the location of a place, to get reviews on a product, in order to make a better decision about it. So this is what the market looks like at the moment. And actually from being here today, there's a lot of other startups in this space. There's two general themes that we see happening. There's this real-world curation aspect with a whole lot of apps focusing on sharing real-world content, but not really focusing on shopping as such. And then there's other apps out there that are focusing on the online experience and shopping within that context. We're positioning ourselves at the intersection of shopping and the real world opportunity. So it's about seeing a great buy in the real world and sharing that with people. People are already doing this. So I've mentioned people sharing it through Twitter, through Instagram, and so on. In the research that we've done, people are even sharing it through things like WhatsApp directly with individual friends. What we're finding though is it kind of gets lost in all the noise. You're connecting with only people that you know at the moment, and there's no way for those people to discover things based on where they are when they're actually out shopping. So our app is very, very simple, and I'd really encourage you to download it, Pashash from the App Store at the moment, and give it a shot. Let me know what you think about it. It's as simple as this though. You see a great buy at a store, you snap a picture, you tag the store you found it at and the price, and then you share it. It's integrated with Facebook and Twitter, of course, and that's great for us because it generates new users. And every time you you post something, it gets added to your profile over here, and you start being seen as a trendsetter in whatever particular genre you're interested in. So here's a few examples of some of the content people have already shared on Pashash. It's all in rands because we've got a little community in South Africa at the moment, so it tells you that's 28 Rand, what it is and the place that it's at. It tells you who it's posted by, and it's got a little map. It's a bunch of things, and these are actual real posts by real people. The coolest thing though is when you open up the app, you can discover cool things happening around you based on your location, based on the things that you like, based on what your friends are posting, and you can see things that are trending also. So I've mentioned Facebook and Twitter being important in terms of distribution. Our real focus at the moment is driving social engagement with other users and giving users recognition through things like gamification. We're still working on a lot of that at the moment, but that's where our focus is in terms of driving growth going forward. The fact that all our content is user-generated, we think is a real positive because it allows us the ability to grow without having to scale with stores and so on. The other part of our growth strategy is really about relationships with stores. So stores have a huge incentive to partner with us. 92% of people trust the recommendations of their friends, and social recommendations are really powerful. So we want to allow stores to reward users for sharing stuff from them. The second part of it is around intent-based advertising that's highly targeted based on your location, based on the things that you like. And it's very, very relevant because it's targeting you when you're actually looking to make a purchasing decision. So this is kind of where we are at the moment. We've got an app that's available on the App Store, and we're working on development of an Android app which should be released early next year. We've been part of a Google incubator in South Africa for the past 7 or 8 months. We've got a community of testers and supporters that have been following us along the way, and we recently won the Next Web Startup World competition in Cape Town, so we're going to be presenting at the event here in March. A bit of background on the team: I'm from a finance background, worked a lot in tech from the other side of the table, evaluating companies as opposed to pitching them. My partner Lawrence is the top comp-sci student at the University of Cape Town. As part of the program that we've been a part of, we've got great angel investors and so on. But we're looking to take more people on as advisors and investors here in the US. Currently, we've been featured in a bunch of places in South Africa, really, because that's where our community is, but that's something that we're looking to broaden. And I guess that's my story. If anybody has any feedback on the app, please, I'd encourage you to, download it, post something if you see something cool, give me any feedback that you have, or just come and chat. That would be great.